Hey Thrivers, welcome back. In all of my videos, I have yet to talk about something that comes up a lot in the healing journey, forgiveness. So this week, I want to talk about it. Now, let me be honest with you. I do believe that healing and forgiveness often go hand in hand. But I also believe that no one should be pressured into forgiving before they're ready or told that they have to forgive in order to heal. Because healing is not performing. It's about being honest with yourself. And sometimes we confuse forgiveness with saying, what happened to me was okay. But let me be very, very clear. Forgiveness is not the same thing as approval. It's not denial, and it's definitely not forgetting. So what is forgiveness then? To me, forgiveness is about release. It's about choosing not to carry the weight of someone else's harm for the rest of your life. It's saying, what you did hurt me, but I refuse to let it define me anymore. And you know what? That decision, that takes time. Forgiveness is not a one-size-fits-all moment, and it's not the starting point for everyone. For some of us, especially those of us who had very deep trauma, healing has to come first, because until you feel safe, validated, and empowered in your own story, the idea of forgiving might feel impossible. And guess what? That's okay. Dr. Janice Abrams Spring, in her book, How Can I Forgive You?, talks about something called earned forgiveness. It's the idea that forgiveness isn't something you force. It's something that becomes possible after you've done the work of healing, grieving, and reclaiming your power. And you know what I love most about that? It gives you the authority to decide when and if forgiveness fits into your journey. Not out of pressure, not out of performance, but out of personal peace. Of course, just like a lot of people, I wrestled with forgiveness in my own life. There were people who hurt me deeply and people who should have protected me but didn't. And for a long time, I felt guilty. Why can't you forgive people? Why can't you move on? I thought something was wrong with me. And I also thought, does this mean I'm not healed? But over time, I learned something beautiful. My healing wasn't dependent on their apology. My peace didn't require their accountability. I began to release, not for them, but for me. I let go of needing them to understand or make it right. And in that release, I found room to breathe, to grow, to live. So if you're someone who's struggling with the idea of forgiveness, I want you to ask yourself this. What are you holding on to right now that's weighing you down? Are you trying to force forgiveness before you're even fully heard or held in your own pain? What would it feel like to focus on healing first and let forgiveness unfold naturally in its own time? If you're not ready to forgive, that is okay. Don't allow people to make you feel any different. But here's some things you can focus on. Validate your pain. What happened to you mattered. You don't need to justify it or minimize it in order to move on. Take your power back. Healing is about reclaiming your sense of agency. You get to choose what defines you. Release in your own way. Maybe forgiveness looks like distance. Maybe it looks like letting go the need for closure. Do what feels true for you. Focus on your healing. That's always the priority. Your peace, your freedom, your growth. Thrivers, listen. Your healing is yours. Forgiveness might be part of it or it might not be. And that's okay. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to heal in layers. You are allowed to feel all of it and still be growing. Okay? All right now. If this message spoke to you, Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and be a part of this community. We are healing at our own pace, on our own terms, and with grace. Until next time, take care of yourself. You are so worth it.